there not more people talking about the wisdom found in Proverbs? The book of Proverbs is a treasure chest of wisdom. It offers timeless advice for navigating the complexities of life. In Proverbs chapter 27, verses 21 to 27, we find a particularly insightful passage. It touches on character, stewardship, and God's provision. These verses are like a lamp, illuminating our path with practical wisdom. They remind us that true success is not measured by wealth or possessions. True success is about cultivating character, using our resources wisely, and trusting in God's faithfulness. As we journey through these verses, let's open our hearts to the guidance they offer. Let's discover how these ancient principles can empower us to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 21 says, "The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but man is tested by the praise he receives. Just as fire purifies precious metals, praise tests our character. It reveals what's truly inside us." Some people become prideful when praised. They let compliments inflate their egos. Others remain humble, recognizing their talents are gifts from God. Think about how you respond to compliments. Do you allow praise to make you arrogant? Or do you use it as an opportunity to acknowledge God's goodness in your life? Our response to praise reveals our true character. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 22 warns, "Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding him like grain with a pestle, you will not remove his folly from him." This verse paints a vivid picture of stubbornness. It's easy to spot folly in others. It's much harder to see it in ourselves. We may try to change someone's stubborn heart, but true transformation comes from within. It's a work that only God can do. Think about a time when you clung to a wrong belief or harmful habit. It's hard to change even when we know we should. We need God's help to transform our hearts and minds. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 23 encourages diligence. "Know well the condition of your flocks, and give attention to your herds." This verse might seem out of place in our modern world, but its message about hard work and responsibility is timeless. Whether we're tending sheep or managing a business, diligence is essential for success. It means paying attention to details, making wise decisions, and putting in the effort to achieve our goals. Think about your own work or responsibilities. Are you diligent in fulfilling your duties? Do you give your best effort, even in small tasks? Diligence is the bridge that connects our dreams to reality. Section 5. Treasures that fade, seeking enduring riches in Proverbs chapter 27 verse 24. "For riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure to all generations." Cautions. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 24. This verse reminds us that material wealth and worldly power are fleeting. They can disappear as quickly as they come. Instead of chasing after things that won't last, we should invest in things that will. Our relationship with God, our character, and our impact on others. These are the treasures that endure. Think about what you value most in life. Is it money, possessions, or status? Or is it something more lasting, like love, integrity, and faith? True wealth is found in things that money can't buy. Section 6. Seasons of preparation, understanding God's timing in Proverbs 27 verse 25. Proverbs 27 verse 25 speaks to the cyclical nature of life. When the grass is gone, the new growth appears, and the vegetation of the mountains is gathered. Just as nature has seasons, so do our lives. There are times to plant, times to harvest, and times to wait. God's timing is perfect, even when we don't understand it. Our responsibility is to be faithful in every season, trusting that He is working all things together for our good. Think about a time when you had to wait for something you really wanted. It might have been a new job, a relationship, or an answer to prayer. Waiting can be hard, but it's often in the waiting that we grow the most. Section 7. The reward of stewardship, reaping the fruits of labor in Proverbs 27 verse 26. "The lambs will provide you with clothing, and the goats with the price of a field," states Proverbs 27 verse 26. This verse highlights the rewards of diligent care for our resources. When we are responsible with what God has entrusted to us, we reap the benefits. This applies not only to material possessions, but also to our time, talents, and relationships. Think about a time when your hard work and dedication paid off. It could be a successful project, a thriving garden, or a strong relationship. When we are faithful stewards, we experience the joy of abundance. Section 8. Trust and provision. Finding security in diligence. Proverbs 27 verse 27. Proverbs 27 verse 27 concludes this passage with a promise. And you will have goat's milk enough for your food, for the food of your household, and nourishment for your female servants. This verse assures us that God will provide for our needs when we are diligent in our work. This doesn't mean we'll always have an abundance of material possessions, but it does mean we can trust in God's faithfulness to provide for our basic needs when we are faithful to Him. Section 9. Living Proverbs, a journey toward wisdom and fulfillment. The wisdom found in Proverbs 27 verses 21 to 27 is timeless and relevant for our lives today. It reminds us to seek true character over fleeting praise, to embrace transformation, and to be diligent in all that we do. As we apply these principles to our lives, we will discover the path to lasting fulfillment and peace. We will learn to trust in God's provision, to find joy in the journey, and to make a difference in the world around us. Let us embrace these ancient truths and allow them to guide our steps each day. For in the wisdom of Proverbs, we find a roadmap to a life that is both meaningful and blessed.